New York City, a global icon, a cultural melting pot, and for generations, the ultimate destination. For decades, it's been the undisputed king of travel destinations, a beacon calling to those seeking excitement, opportunity, and a taste of the extraordinary. The city that never sleeps, a place where the energy is palpable and the possibilities seem endless even in the dead of night. The concrete jungle where dreams are made, a place where ambition thrives and fortunes are won and lost on every corner. But in 2025, something's changed, a subtle shift, a growing unease, a sense that the magic might be fading. The magnetic pull that once drew millions from every corner of the globe is fading, replaced by hesitation and second thoughts. The endless lines are shorter, the crowds are thinner. Travelers still arrive with high hopes, eager to experience the New York they've always dreamed of. But they quickly question if the experience is truly worth the astronomical cost and the relentless daily grind. The price of everything, from a slice of pizza to a hotel room, seems to be constantly climbing. The city's legendary energy is now overshadowed by exhaustion, a weariness that settles in after navigating crowded streets and battling for space. This exhaustion is felt most acutely among visitors, not the battle-hardened locals who have learned to thrive in the chaos. The iconic image of yellow cabs, once a symbol of the city's frenetic pace, Broadway lights still shining bright, is being replaced by a grittier, more expensive reality, a stark contrast that's hard to ignore. The scaffolding seems permanent, the empty storefronts a constant reminder of economic pressures. People are actively choosing to go elsewhere, seeking destinations that offer a better balance of cost and experience. And they're not quiet about their reasons, sharing their disappointments and frustrations online and with friends. When are we going to New York? The question is now often followed by a pause, a moment of hesitation. Is New York even worth it anymore? A question that was once unthinkable is now being asked with increasing frequency. The Big Apple's identity has always been tied to its ability to attract the masses, to draw people in with its promise of excitement and opportunity. What happens when the crowds start looking for a new center, when the allure of the city begins to fade? The gloss is wearing off, revealing the wear and tear of decades of constant use and relentless pressure. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment below. And travelers are starting to see the cracks in the facade, the imperfections that were once hidden beneath the bright lights and the bustling crowds. Why are people skipping New York City this year? It's not for lack of things to do. Museums, parks, food are still world-class. The real reasons are practical. Cost crowds a growing sense of unease. The cost of visiting has spiraled out of control, making a trip feel more like a financial endurance test than a dream vacation. Every transaction, from coffee to subway rides, feels punishing. On top of that, the city feels more congested and chaotic than ever, with suffocating crowds turning iconic sights into stressful ordeals. Instead of feeling energized, visitors leave overwhelmed and in need of a vacation from their vacation. Safety concerns, amplified by viral stories and social media, add another layer of anxiety. Combine high costs, high stress, and safety worries, and it's clear why so many are saying no thanks to New York in 2025. The numbers don't lie. New York's tourism is in a slump. Hotel occupancy rates are down, airlines are cutting flights, hotel managers, restaurant owners is feeling the pinch. Domestic travelers, once the backbone of NYC tourism, are opting for more affordable, less hectic destinations. Even weekenders from nearby states are realizing a Manhattan trip can cost as much as a week in the Caribbean. International visitors are also looking elsewhere. Repeat travelers choosing Mexico City, repeat travelers choosing Toronto for better value. Fewer tourists mean less revenue for the city and its workers. Broadway to hot dog stands. The city's economic engine is sputtering as visitor spending dries up. The message is clear: New York can't take its top-tier status for granted anymore. Let's talk costs, because this is where the New York dream really dies. Hotel prices in Manhattan have soared, with even basic rooms often over $400 a night. Mid-range hotels now charge luxury rates, forcing visitors to choose between blowing their budget or staying far from the action. Food isn't any better. The $1 pizza slice is history. A simple lunch for two can hit $50. Drinks? Expect $20 cocktails in tourist areas. Even small expenses add up. $3 for water, nearly $3 for a subway ride, $5 for a bagel. Every purchase chips away at your budget. turning a vacation into a stressful accounting exercise. A modest weekend for two can easily top $1,500 for families. It's double. When people do the math, the value just isn't there. The magic of New York fades fast when you're constantly worrying about the cost. Beyond the money, there's a growing unease about safety and personal space. The subway, once essential, now feels chaotic and overcrowded, especially during rush hour. Reports of erratic behavior and crime, even if rare, are enough to put tourists on edge. The perception of danger makes every commute stressful. Above ground, the battle for sidewalk space is relentless. Dodging tourists, dodging locals, dodging vendors, dodging delivery bikes. Walking becomes a full-contact sport, not a pleasant stroll. The constant sensory overload drains your energy and joy. Visitors come expecting vibrant energy but leave feeling overwhelmed and vulnerable. For many, the hassle just isn't worth it anymore. New York City, a place synonymous with vibrant energy and endless possibilities. But there's a flip side to this iconic metropolis, a reality that often clashes with the idealized image. Nowhere is New York's chaos more obvious than Times Square. It's a sensory overload, a constant barrage of sights and sounds that can leave even the most seasoned traveler feeling overwhelmed. Once the crossroads of the world, a symbol of global connection and cultural exchange, it's now a human traffic jam designed to separate you from your money. The area has transformed into a hyper-commercialized zone, prioritizing profit over authentic experiences. The density of people is staggering. You can barely move without bumping into someone. Sidewalks become rivers of humanity, flowing in every direction, making navigation a constant challenge. You can barely move without bumping into someone. Personal space becomes a luxury, and accidental collisions are an unavoidable part of the experience. It's a constant negotiation of movement, a dance of dodging and weaving through the masses. Flashing billboards, a dizzying display of advertisements vying for your attention. Blaring music from street performers and shops alike creates a cacophony that drowns out any chance of quiet contemplation. Costumed characters, often demanding payment for photos, make it an assault on the senses. The relentless pursuit of tourist dollars adds to the feeling of being exploited. Long lines for attractions and restaurants eat up precious vacation time. Hours are spent waiting rather than experiencing, diminishing the overall enjoyment of the trip. Even iconic spots like the Brooklyn Bridge, once a symbol of engineering marvel and breathtaking views, and Greenwich Village, with its historic charm and bohemian spirit, are so packed their charm is lost in the crowd. The sheer volume of people overwhelms the unique character of these neighborhoods. The feeling of discovery is gone. You're just one of thousands being processed through overcrowded experiences. The spontaneity and joy of exploration are replaced by a sense of being herded from one attraction to the next. The city's infrastructure is buckling under the pressure. Subways are packed, streets are congested, and the systems struggle to keep up with the constant influx of people. Travelers leave with memories of stress and claustrophobia, not awe and wonder. The constant crowds and overwhelming atmosphere leave many feeling drained and disappointed. It's a hollow victory for a city that once promised a unique adventure, a place where dreams could be realized and unforgettable memories could be made. The challenge now is to rediscover the authentic heart of New York, beyond the crowded tourist traps. The advertised price of a New York trip is just the beginning. Hidden fees, surcharges, and taxes are tacked onto everything, often not disclosed until the final bill. Hotels add destination fees for amenities you may never use. Visual. Close-up showing a hotel bill with a $45 daily destination fee. Visual. And those amenities sit unused. Restaurants pile on service charges and kitchen appreciation fees on top of tips. Booking tickets for shows or attractions? Expect processing fees and facility fees that inflate prices by 20% or more. Tourism-specific taxes add another layer, making an expensive trip feel even less affordable. This lack of transparency breeds distrust and resentment. Tourists feel like walking ATMs, squeezed for every dollar, a strategy that's driving them away. As New York gets pricier and less pleasant, travelers are finding better alternatives. Cities like Toronto offer a clean, safe, and diverse urban experience, at half the price and with a more relaxed vibe. Mexico City delivers world-class food, culture, and history for a fraction of NYC's cost. Miami, Chicago offer great value and less stress. The choice isn't just New York or nowhere, it's New York or a dozen other exciting, affordable cities. Travelers are returning from these places raving about value and vibrancy. Meanwhile, New York's reputation is taking a hit. In 2025, the city is losing the argument more often than not. The tourism decline isn't just a statistic. It's hitting New York's economy hard. Hotels are seeing lower occupancy and are forced to offer discounts, even in peak season. Broadway shows, once sold out, now rely on heavy discounts to fill seats. The ripple effect hurts restaurants, bars, shops that depend on tourist traffic. Locals, once annoyed by crowds, now worry about lost income. Bartenders, tour guides, taxi drivers. The city is caught between the annoyance of over-tourism and the fear of its absence. The slowdown is forcing a tough reckoning about the city's dependence on visitors. New York must rethink its approach, prioritizing quality over sheer volume. New York City. The name alone conjures images of towering skyscrapers, bustling streets, and a vibrant cultural scene. But in the ever-evolving landscape of global travel, a crucial question arises. So is New York City still worth it in 2025? The answer is complicated. It's a multifaceted issue with no easy yes or no. For first-timers with big budgets and patience, the magic might still be there. The iconic landmarks, the Broadway shows, the sheer energy of the city can be intoxicating, but for many, the relentless expense, the ever-increasing costs of accommodation, dining, and even basic transportation, crowds, the constant throngs of people vying for space on sidewalks and subway cars, stress have tarnished its legendary allure. The city that never sleeps can often leave visitors feeling utterly exhausted. A vacation should be a joyful escape, a chance to recharge and create lasting memories, not a test of endurance. It shouldn't feel like navigating an obstacle course. The city is at a crossroads, a pivotal moment where its future as a premier tourist destination hangs in the balance. It can keep raising prices and watch travelers leave, seeking more affordable and less stressful destinations, or address the issues driving them away. It's a choice between short-term gains and long-term sustainability. That means tackling affordability, making it possible for a wider range of travelers to experience the city without breaking the bank. Safety, ensuring that visitors feel secure and protected throughout their stay. Crowd management, finding ways to mitigate congestion and create a more pleasant experience in popular areas. New York has reinvented itself before, emerging stronger and more vibrant after periods of decline. Maybe this slump is the wake-up call it needs. For now, travelers must ask. They need to be honest with themselves about what they're seeking. Are you chasing the New York of the movies, the idealized version often portrayed on screen, or ready for the reality? The grit, the grime, the unvarnished truth of everyday life in the city? Because right now, they're two very different places. The gap between perception and reality can be jarring. Has the Big Apple lost its shine, its luster dulled by the challenges of modern urban living? Or is it just waiting to be polished again? Is the city capable of reclaiming its former glory? The next chapter is up to New York and its visitors. Their choices will determine the city's fate.